Hi everyone, I'm at the Lionel Kelland Hospice today here in Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's the first hospice in our province. And I remember back in 2018 I was involved in a town hall event where people told their stories of the difficulties in helping their family members through the transition of dying and how there was so little support and it just would not feel the same in a hospital. And the goal was to have a place where they could come and be with their family members and die with dignity, in peace, and feeling the love of the closest members of their families with them. And today to come back here to Lionel Kelland Hospice has been truly amazing. But what brought me here today is the art pieces that they're going to display throughout the facility. And as you know, art brings such peace and everyone finds different meaning in art. So I was happy to have some pieces to donate, and we'll talk about that, but so many other people did as well. And as I took the tour, I could see the feeling that it would evoke for people and the sense of tranquility or memories. So it truly is special, this project. And CNVAS, who are the CNVAS Central Newfoundland Visual Arts Society, have been such a part of our community for years, and they were behind this initiative. And joining me today is Robert Lodge, and Robert is the president, and I'm going to pass this over to him, and he's going to talk about this project. Hi, Robert. You're here with me, and you are the president of CNVAS.
I'm the current president of the Central Newfoundland Visual Arts Society here in Grand Falls.
So tell me about this project that you've been working on.
When I became the president of CNVAS back in March of this year, I inherited several projects that were sort of initiated but not completed, and the Kelland collection was one of them. It was a collection they wanted to establish of membership, people who are involved in the arts community, people who are members of the community, donating artwork to be housed in the Kelland Hospice, with, of course, the Walter and Glenn Pinson piece being the cornerstone.
And that piece is actually just over your shoulder. We can just move here. We had a beautiful commentary from Walter, and I can share a bit of that through this, but just tell me a little bit about this from your perspective.
What happened was they approached CNVAS through Craig Gowdy that they had this piece of work and they wanted it to donate to something to memorialize the brothers. So Walter and Glenn are both painters, and Glenn lived in New Brunswick, and he had completed the wheel and the fence in the painting. And the brother had always wanted to do that picture, but Glenn had said, no, you won't do it. But he started it and didn't complete it, so he had the birds drawn in and no background. So Glenn asked Walter to complete the painting. And the story of that can be found in the Down Homer, December 2020 issue. And that became the cornerstone piece because of the connection with two brothers, one passing and one completing the brothers painting through his art.
Beautiful, and it's and that's where it started.
That's where it started, yeah. So then I called Craig and asked him what is this hospice collection all about. So he said, well, I'm hoping CNVAS will get together as a group and create images and pieces for the hospice, and that's what we've done. We did the mural, which you can look at later on, and we have these various pieces here from various members of CNVAS and various members of the arts community. Beautiful
to be in here, and it's such a lovely room. And this is the Owen Young. I'm going to just zoom in on that. The Owen Young Community Outreach Room, and Owen was certainly such a huge supporter of the community here.
Well, Anne is also a member of the Central Newfoundland Visual Arts Society, has been for years, and she's also a lifetime member now. She's one of the original members.
And it's really nice. And here are a few pieces that.
And of course, we have a piece by your mom.
I know. I have to indulge me here. But
Marjorie
Mom
was a great supporter of CNVAS and one of the original founding members of CNVAS as well. And so we had to have a piece of hers there, and that's why I contacted Catherine to see if she could find a piece that she wouldn't mind having in the collection.
Well, I knew my mother, and I thought Mom would really like a nice piece for people to enjoy, and she loved scenery, water, landscape. And that was
very appropriate.
very appropriate.
And of course, you have other pieces that you donated, some historical ones. You have the Ananda Krishnan one by Indira, a member of CNVAS who's passed away. And we have the Mrs. Coopers. They're very historical, and the fact that Mrs. Cooper was a pioneer in the arts community in Grand Falls. She set up a lot of arts groups, and she also did some theater and started teaching some of the art people that we have now, way back in the early times of the town, back in around 1920s, 30s, 40s. She was doing all kinds of arts activities and stuff.
You know, I grew up with these paintings, these two in our house, and I didn't really understand the significance, but I felt they had to go somewhere where everyone could enjoy them.
Well, your mom would have known that.
Yeah, she knew that.
Because Mrs. Cooper would have probably even taught your mom.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She taught Alice and she taught other people. So at the bottom here, we have the Alphonsus Top. And now his real name is not Alphonsus Top. He was went by the name Joseph Alfonso Top. And you'll find Alfonso Top and you'll find J. Alfonso Top. And he was born in 1866 and died in 1964. And he was brought here by the A&D company to paint back in 1919 and work for them. So he was here for quite a long time.
Yeah, it was pretty phenomenal that they did that. They commissioned that work at the time.
Yeah.
And of course I grew up with that over the mantle in my house, so it didn't mean much to me until later years. I was like, where can we put this painting that everyone can enjoy, that it remains part of our town
Exactly.
and the community.
A great place for it.
And
People in Mission Falls will recognize it, you know, as it was done today. With, you know, Mrs. Power saying she was taught to swim down there.
And she's a member of the board.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she was here today to make remarks. So this event, well, let's go up and see the mural, and I'll chat a bit as we go up. This event today brought people together from the art community in Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland, and Labrador, we'll remind you again, and to share their art and to share the beauty with the facility here. And this is their special donation. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, this involves about 13 members of CNVAS, some of whom are here and some of whom are not here anymore. But it's called The Four Seasons, and it goes through seasons based on a Corduroy Brook photograph, a local brook out toward Windsor. The members each got a slab, a 6 by 29.5 inch slab of masonite to paint a picture on based on a picture that they were given. It's called the sliver, and they interpreted it, and we put them all together. A lot of them are various some of them are new members of CNVAS, some of them are seasoned members of CNVAS, and some of them are don't paint, some of them do paint. So people that wanted to work on the mural were asked to show up and paint. So each of the 12 people got a panel to work on it.
Now, we're just talking about the mural behind Robert and I, and if people don't understand how this works, they paint this independently.
They do. They're given this piece of masonite that has an image that's a reference point. They don't collaborate. Everyone goes off and they can sit together if they want to, but they paint their own thing. We come back, we put the pieces together, and we have what we have behind us.
Yeah, and there are some of these at the hospital, I believe, or the health center.
The very first one was done in 1991,
Yeah.
and was in the hospital, and it involved, I think, 72 square tiles.
Mom was part
CNVAS
of that.
CNVAS has been doing these for years. They did the first one way back then. It was in the hospital of the train coming in on Mill Road. But there's lots of them around. The Cancer Center has one. There's one, I believe, up in the Central Pharmacy. So there's smaller ones, there's bigger ones, there's all kinds of different shapes and sizes and configurations that they can be of. So, yeah.
Well, for those of you watching, if you feel inclined, the Lionel Kelland Hospital will always welcome your support, donations, and any charitable giving that you can do. I can't explain all of that, but you can certainly go on their website and Facebook page. And it's a wonderful, wonderful initiative here in our community. And please do keep that in mind as you consider your charitable giving this year and coming up to Christmas. It's coming up.
Oh yes, right around the corner.
Yeah, and Robert, before we go, maybe just a few words on CNVAS, because perhaps there are people out there who would like to be a member.
Well, CNVAS is a visual arts organization that promotes as a mandate knowledge and enlightenment with toward the fine arts and the arts. We do various activities throughout the town to educate people, to do workshops, to people to participate in. We have events like this, and we have a craft fair, fine arts and craft fair coming up in November, where people can take part or come and see stuff. So there's all kinds of various arts, visual arts oriented activities that CNVAS does throughout the community.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of making this happen.
Thank you
here.
for coming in and taking in all this wonderful stuff.
Pleasure. Well, everyone, you know the story, so you know how you can help and be involved, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. From Catherine Taylor to you. Bye-bye.